Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to give a business a full financial health checkup, and we're going to find out what really makes a company tick, beyond just the headline numbers. So, have you ever wondered about this? I mean, you see a company, it's posting profits, everything looks great on the surface, and then, boom, out of nowhere, it's out of business. How in the world does that happen? Well, it's because the answer isn't always about how much money a company makes. It's all about how well it manages the money it has. The secret? It's all about efficiency. So, let's put on our financial doctor hats for a minute and perform what we'll call an efficiency diagnosis. This means we're going to look way past the simple profit and loss statement to see what's really going on under the hood. Think of it like this. A doctor doesn't just glance at a patient and say, "Hey, you look fine," right? No, they check their vital signs, heart rate, blood pressure, the whole deal. While financial efficiency, that's exactly like the vital signs of a business. It tells us the true story of its health. And today, we're going to zero in on three absolutely crucial vitals: how a company handles its stock, how quickly it gets paid by its customers, and how it pays its own suppliers. Believe me, these three things tell an incredible story about what's going on. All right, time to get out the diagnostic tools. Let's break down exactly how we check these vitals using three core financial ratios. Okay, first up, inventory turnover. Now, I want you to think of this as the company's metabolism. Is it fast and energetic, just burning through products? Or is it kind of slow and sluggish, with all this stock just sitting there, gathering dust? So how do we actually calculate it? Well, here's the formula. We take the cost of goods sold, that's basically what it costs the company to make the products, and we divide it by the average value of its inventory. And the number we get back, that tells us how many times in a single year the company sells through its entire stock and replaces it. Pretty cool, right? And this just perfectly shows the difference. A fast, high turnover, that's a fantastic sign. It means products are flying off the shelves and your cash isn't just sitting there, locked up in a warehouse. But a slow turnover? Whoa, that's a major red flag. It could mean your products are becoming obsolete, or maybe your marketing just isn't hitting the mark. Okay, on to our next vital sign. And this one builds right on top of the first one. Think about it. A sale isn't really a success until the cash is actually in the bank, right? That's where trade receivables turnover comes in. It tells us if that money pipeline is flowing freely or if it's getting all clogged up with unpaid customer invoices. So the formula here is a bit different. This one gives us a result in days. What it's doing is calculating the average number of days it takes for a company to get paid after they make a sale on credit. So the real question is, how long is that wait? Are we talking a short 30 days or a long, painful 60 or even 90 days? Look, a short collection period is a sign of a really healthy cash flow. It shows the company's got strong control and there's a much lower risk of customers just not paying. But a long period, that means your precious cash is just sitting in someone else's bank account instead of yours, and that's no good. All right, our final vital sign. This is the other side of the coin. It's all about how long a company takes to pay its own suppliers. And listen, this isn't just about being slow to pay. It can actually be a strategic tool for managing cash, but it's a very, very delicate balancing act. And just like the last one, this formula spits out a result in days. We're calculating the average time a company takes to pay its suppliers for stuff it bought on credit. Basically, how long is it using its suppliers' money as a kind of free short-term loan?
And this is where you really see that balancing act in action. See, taking longer to pay can actually be a good thing. It keeps cash in your business for longer, which is great for your cash flow. But, and this is a big but, push it too far and you risk seriously damaging relationships with your key suppliers, and that can be absolutely disastrous. It is a very fine line to walk.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the issues. Now what? Now for the cure. Let's dive into the treatment plan. These are actionable steps any business can take to seriously boost its financial efficiency. And it's a pretty straightforward three-step plan. Each step directly targets one of those vital signs we just checked. You optimize your inventory, you accelerate your collections, and you manage your payments. Simple, right? But it's incredibly powerful. So let's get into the specifics. For inventory, you can use things like just-in-time systems, where you order stock only when you need it. That stops it from piling up. For receivables, hey, try offering a small discount for customers who pay early. It works wonders. And for your payables, it's all about smart negotiation. See if you can get longer payment terms with your suppliers without, making them angry. Okay, so as we start to wrap up this whole checkup, let's boil this all down to the single most important takeaway. Why does any of this stuff really truly matter? There's this great quote from the management guru Peter Drucker. You can have the best product in the world, that's being effective. But if you don't manage your cash and your operations well, that's efficiency, then you're basically building your entire business on a really shaky foundation.
So, if you only remember one thing from all this, let it be this. Profit is an opinion, but cash is a fact. These efficiency ratios we talked about, they're the vital signs that show you the true operational health of a business. And improving them isn't just a numbers game, it's about unlocking the cash that is the absolute lifeblood of any company, strengthening it from the inside out.
And that leaves us with just one final thought to chew on. The next time you look at a company you really admire, I want you to go beyond the splashy profit headlines. Try to dig up these numbers and ask yourself, what story are they really telling me? Thanks for joining me.